Hello and welcome to this week's podcast for Thursday, October the 14th, 2010, with me, Kevin Ross. For an easy listening digest of the week's news from the Melton Times. Coming up, Melton police officer in road horror. Campaign grows to fight a wind farm. Melton Times Community Awards celebrate the best in our area. And in sport, Sharon is so close to the Commonwealth Gold. All this and more coming up next in the Melton Times Vodcast for Thursday, October the 14th, 2010. On the front page of your Melton Times this week, a Melton police officer suffered serious injuries after being hit by a lorry in a busy town centre street. The officer was standing in the road having just pulled over a van driver when his hand got caught between his patrol car and a passing lorry. Shocked eyewitness said the officer was dragged a few yards before his hand was released. The force of the impact was such that the window of the open car door smashed and the frame was bent out of shape. The officer was taken to Queen's Medical Centre in Nottingham, where he underwent immediate surgery. The incident happened on Tuesday at 5:15 on Leicester Street. The area was cordoned off and the road remained closed for about 4 hours. The driver of blue and red Volvo lorry didn't stop, and police have issued an appeal for witnesses. A 13-year-old man has been arrested in connection with the incident and released on police bail pending further inquiries. If you can help, call DS 438 Mark Partridge on Leicester 0116 2222 222 or Crime Stoppers on 0800 555 111. Children travelling on a school bus between Kenolton and Upper Broughton were shot when one of the wheels fell off. The Sharps of Nottingham bus was carrying primary school children last Thursday when the incident happened, but no one was hurt. The incident is currently being investigated by the Vehicle and Operator Services Agency. Battle lines have been drawn over proposals for a wind farm on the former Asserby mine site. About 140 people attended a public meeting at the Stute on Asserby Hill, called by the protest group Stop Turbines, Oppose Peel. It says it's concerned at the industrial scale of the plans being drawn up by Peel Energy for UK coal and the number of homes within a 2-kilometre area of the site. It's anticipated a final planning application will be lodged early in November, that 9 or 10 125 metre, that's 410 feet turbines will be included. The map is based on the Peel Energy's proposal document, showing the location of the turbines on the scale of about 85 hectares. Stop says people living in Melton West, Asserby Hill, Asserby Valley, Asserby Saxelby, Abkettleby, Wartnaby, Potter Hill, Holwell and Grimston will all be affected. It's urging residents to get informed, and if they object, to write to the Melton Council and MP Alan Duncan as soon as the application has been submitted. As reported in last week's Melton Times, Peel Energy is to hold 3 public exhibitions, which will include photo montages of how the turbines will look and a number of viewpoints and the results of the noise surveys and environmental studies. Exhibitions will be held on Wednesday, October the 27th from 9 till 7:30 at the Stute in Asserby Hill, Thursday, October the 28th from 9 till 2:30 at Asserby Parish Hall, and 3:30 to 7:30 on the same day at Abkettleby Primary School.
Have you ever heard the Melton Times?
Have you heard the Melton Times?
The Melton Times Podcast. It's news in a flash.
A gathering of friends and family is expected tomorrow to honour Josh Crump, who died last week after a tenacious 7-year battle with cancer. Josh was first diagnosed with a brain tumour aged 16 as he prepared to take his GCSEs, prompting a gruelling 7-year period of treatment and therapy. Perhaps the most frustrating point in his fight came 4 years later, when Josh had to give up his beloved sport to begin a programme of chemotherapy. However, it was a measure of Josh's personality that bore the condition without fuss or complaint. During his enforced sabbatical, he developed his interest in music, film and literature, particularly poetry, before finally succumbing to a brain hemorrhage on October the 4th, just aged 23. Josh's funeral will take place at St Peter's Roman Catholic Church, Welby Lane, tomorrow at 11 a.m. The National Ox Jam Festival has reached the borough. Hundreds of performances are taking place this month all over the country to raise money for Oxfam. This is the 4th year the charity has held the festival. Kudos, a Melton group which helps good causes, will be performing songs from stage and screen at 3 venues. There'll also be a raffle and prizes donated by local businesses. Performances will be held on Thursday, October the 21st at Rearsby Village Hall, Friday, October the 22nd at Long Clawson Village Hall, and Saturday, October the 23rd at Waltham Village Hall. All tickets are £6 on the door and £5 in advance. The performances all start at 7:30 in the evening. Melton Borough's local heroes have been saluted at the second Melton Times Community Awards, held at Melton Theatre. Some 150 guests were treated to a drinks reception and canapes before being entertained by Brooks and Melton College Performing Arts Academy, performed an excerpt from the all-singing, all-dancing hit musical Footloose before the awards themselves were presented. Of particular note was the Child of Courage. This was for a youngster who overcome adversity such as illness or disability. It was sponsored by Twin Lakes. The winners were Abby Freeman, aged 13, Chloe Spencer and Harriet Lobo. Also, the judges decided to make a special award this year to milkman extraordinaire Tony Fowler of Grimston. He received scores of nominations for several different awards, so it was only felt right he should have a special award himself. And finally, the Community Spirit Award. This was for someone who did something extraordinary for the good of Melton. The award was sponsored by the Melton Burn Society. The finalists were Birchwood Special School, Christine Woodcook and Carolyn Feeding of Pablo's Horse Sanctuary at Long Clawson.
Hi, I'm Dominic Heel, a presenter for East Midlands Today from the BBC, and you're listening to the Melton Times podcast.
The biggest careers event held for many years took place at Brooks and Melton College in a bid to help Melton students kickstart their career choices. The Connections event saw 23 apprenticeship, training and higher education organisations displaying options to students for years 11, 12 and 13 in the sports hall at the college's Melton campus. The fair was deemed a great success by students and event co-organisers, the college and Connections Leicestershire, and was taken as an opportunity for Brooks and Melton College to unveil its new prospectus. Among the organisations to attend was the new Melton Vale Post 16 Centre, which is encouraging students to look into the various study options. Bringing sunshine to the lives of the needy children this Christmas are taking part in the Rotary International Shoebox Scheme. The Melton Times has teamed up with the Rotary International to distribute gifts to deprived children and families across Eastern Europe. Rotary will deliver your boxes to Romania, Ukraine and Belarus. They say items we take for granted in our daily lives can make a huge difference to the poor families there. And in the case of children, these toys may be the first gifts they receive for a very long time. A guide to what sort of gifts can be included and printed on each box. Boxes must be filled and returned to the Melton Times by November the 17th for collection by the Rotary. They have also asked for a £1 coin to be taped to the lid of the box to help towards transport costs. And finally in news this week, a charity which supplies furniture to people in need is desperate for new stock to fill its quickly diminishing warehouse supplies. Melton Furniture Project in Park Road, Melton, started supplying furniture for people in 1985. They normally have a full warehouse of items including sofas, beds and bric-a-brac, which is available at a low price to people on benefits, low income and pensioners, but demand recently has more than doubled. To find out more or donate collections which are free, they cannot be collected from upstairs, go to meltonfurnitureproject.co.uk or call Melton 410 380. And in free time this week, the Pork Pie Street Fair is back with a new look. The Pork Pie Street Fair returns next week with a new look aimed at catering for a wider audience. The fun fair, which takes its name from a competition run by the Melton Times, will also include at least 20 market stalls selling a variety of arts, crafts and produce. There'll be rides for young children in the pedestrianised area of the town centre, but the larger fairground rides will be located in St Mary's Car Park and the King's Head Car Park. The street fair will open at 10 a.m. on Wednesday, October the 20th, running for 3 days. The Rolling Stones wrote the song Wild Horses, and now a Melton tribute band will be playing to help local horse sanctuary. Covers band Sticky Fingers are playing at Melton's Working Club on Friday to raise funds for the horse cared for at Pablo's Horse Sanctuary in Long Clawson. And get your conkers at the ready. The Beaver Conker Championships takes place at Long Clawson Village Hall on Sunday. Registration is from 11:30 in the morning and it all starts at 12:30. Conkers will be provided by the organising committee. For more information and pre-register, contact Mike Dixon on 0780 809 8021. Grand Central Chorus joined forces with the Melton Band on Saturday for Barbershop and Brass, compared by Eric Bryant. The concert will take place at Melton Baptist Church in Leicester Road. A donation will be made for the Birchwood Special School during the evening. And finally, in Abkettleby, veteran guitarist Gordon Giltrap will be returning to Abkettleby Community Centre for a concert on Saturday at 7 o'clock. Gordon performs around the country in venues ranging from village halls to the grandeur of the Birmingham Symphony Orchestra. And of course, the curtain rises on theatre classes. These youngsters are enjoying treading the boards with an after-school theatre group. Stagecoach Theatre Arts held a successful open day last month and recruited dozens of youngsters, and there's still time to join. More details, ring Joe on 0116 319 1007. And lastly, in free time this week, Despicable Me is a hilarious tale of evil versus evil that delivers a frenetic 94 minutes of laughter, edge-of-the-seat thrills and heart-walking sentiment. Despicable Me is Certificate U can be seen at the Regal Cinema on Melton 562251 or regal-melton.co.uk.
I'm Rob Dorset, the Midlands correspondent with Sky Sports News, and you're listening to the Melton Times Podcast.
And on the back page this week, a hair's breadth was all that separated Sharon Lee from her dream of Commonwealth Games gold in Delhi on Monday. The elation of claiming a medal at a major international game was mixed with thoughts of what might have been for the Quinneborough markswoman in the women's 50-metre rifle prone pairs final. Sharon and pairs partner Michelle Smith shot 1,169 points in difficult conditions at the range, a score that was good enough for a silver. And staying with silver, former footballers rolled back the years last weekend when an old Melton club held its reunion. There were yarns aplenty at the Crown in Melton on Saturday evening, as the old Grammarians Football Club gathered in familiar surroundings. And to cricket now, young Syston bowler Tom Corbett got the chance of a lifetime when he was given special tuition by English bowler Jimmy Anderson at the home of cricket. Tom, aged 17, was invited down to the indoor cricket centre at Lord's after winning a swing bowling masterclass with the Lancashire and England opening bowler. And staying with stars, former Leicester City players Steve Walsh and Julian Jokin and Leicester City women's first team players Jade McLaurin and Holly Morgan helped launch Syston Juniors FC Girls Football Academy on Saturday. The Free Academy will take place every Saturday during the football season from 10 a.m. till noon in the Memorial Park, Syston. If anybody is interested, go to the Free Academy, contact Rich on 07884 117116 or email chambers37@hotmail.com. And finally in sport this week, the scariest ride of my life. That was the verdict of Melton speed King Craig Dolby after his first taste of street circuit racing in Beijing last weekend. Super League Formula rolled into the Chinese capital for round 11, with Dolby looking to make his move up the standings ahead of his rival in Spain. But his hopes were dashed before the race had even begun, as the circuit failed an FIA safety test, leaving Super League chiefs to designate Beijing a non-point scoring weekend. Well, that's about it. Of course, the full stories can be found in the Melton Times. So until next week, when we'll have yet more news and sport, have a very safe week. That was a JK Media production for the Melton Times.